I am Ray, and I'm going to tell you a secret. But you have to promise don't use it for evil, because that's not very good, obviously. And if you don't listen to me, I'm going to get out the swords. Oh no, I'm stuck. The swords, they have trapped me. There we go. The secret is to becoming the most powerful version of you. Now, let me explain what I mean. You see, you could be the baddest monkey on the planet. You could live to be 10,000 years old. And guess what? What is 10,000 years old? In terms of the universe being like 14 billion. No matter how cool you think you are, Mr. or Mrs., life still kind of just, washes us away with the same amount of effort. Whether or not we're 100 years old, or 1,000, or 10,000, or 100,000, or a million years old, life washes us away with no effort. But if you connect deeply within, you search for your true nature, then you tap into the eternal. And guess what? What is 14 billion years in the face of eternal? It's nothing. The eternal watches universe after universe come and go and come and go, billions of years in a single moment. Because what is eternal is beyond time. So yeah, I'm going to teach you how to command the whole universe. That's what I'm doing. You can join me if you like. Maybe we'll get some magical powers. But you better use them for good. Because I'll destroy you. So what I've been thinking about lately is, to what degree do we entertain this mind stuff, this identity? Because, even if you're the most enlightened person on the planet, there's still going to be a unique way in which life expresses itself through you. And in the spiritual community, there's this kind of dilemma between the manifestors and the enlightened. So the manifesting types, we use our mind. We channel our God power to create the life that we desire. But the enlightenment types, we just become free, bask in the ocean of God, and just let life happen. Surrender completely. So how do we balance this? Manifestation and enlightenment? Not an easy task. But as I previously discussed about being the baddest monkey on the planet, I realized that no matter what the mind does, it will always be less. It will always be less powerful than the pure, unconditioned state of consciousness. And you see, here's the thing. The mind is a pointed tool. See? So we have to be wise about, where we point our mind. If we point our mind toward the right things, we'll get good results. And if we point our mind in the wrong directions, things are going to suck. And this is where the idea of God and religion comes in. Because the whole point of religion is, take that little mind of yours and point it towards something good. Point it toward the best. Because then your life is going to be the best. That's like the idea anyway. Except for people just mangle it and they don't know what they're talking about. If you point your mind toward God, theoretically speaking, your life will turn out better than pointing it in any other direction. Does that make sense? Because God is the ultimate, the highest. And people who focus their mind on worldly pleasures and things like that, they make that their priorities. Well, they don't live very good lives. Because everything in this changing world is temporary. So it's all just temporary pleasures, never leaves you satisfied for very long. I like to say, we're all slaves to something in this life. We don't necessarily get to choose not to be a slave. But we do get to choose what we are a slave to. And we choose by what we focus our attention on. Now, I had a revelation one time. I don't know if it was from a dream or what. But the message was something akin to find that inner stillness and live from this state. So just to give you a little bit more in depth of why this is important. We have something called brainwave frequencies. And the brainwave frequencies, in a way, determine our intelligence. So think about brainwaves as electrical impulses in the brain. That of which information is channeled through. Like, the telephone wires? You know how information is channeled through the electricity? It's the same thing. Thoughts are electrical impulses in the brain. The information travels through electricity. At least that's my understanding. You can roast me if you like. So when your brainwaves are vibrating at 0, that means you're dead. Sorry. And human beings have this spectrum from like 0.1 to 40 hertz. All that hertz is cycles per second. So vibrations. As your brainwaves increase, your mind gets stronger. So your mind is literally made up of brainwave frequencies. And the faster those vibrate, the stronger your mind is. All the way up into infinity. So, human beings operate from like 1 to 40 at best. And then there are beings out there much higher, much more intelligent. You think that we were at the top of the food chain? But you see, on the other side of 0 is infinity. It's infinite everythingness. Literally everything. You can call it God. That's why Christ said, the kingdom of God is within you. But have you ever looked? You have not looked. And that's a pretty important thing, don't you think? Christ said, God is in you. And everybody's looking for God, at least the religious people. All this time, you haven't found it? Well, this is why. The stronger your brainwaves vibrate, the more you're separated from that source. The source of life within you. But what happens is that when you connect to the inner stillness, when you empty your mind, you return to 0. And the separation between you, your perceived self, and God dissolves. The mind creates the illusion of separation. It gives us the sense of individuality, like I am me and you are you and we are we. But here's the thing, no matter how good you are, you're always limited by trying to expand upward. So you're going from 0 to infinity, trying to strive toward infinity and beyond. Like Buzz, you are Buzz. That is what it means to try to be the baddest monkey on the planet. Being the best somebody you can be. You'll always be limited. You'll always struggle and strive toward infinity, which is not a problem. But this is what the enlightened masters do. Instead of trying to go up, strive toward upward. You surrender down, return to nothingness, empty, stillness. And the more still you become, the more empty you become, the more the light of God effortlessly shines through you. I mean, think about Jesus for a moment. Why don't you? You ever wondered why Jesus could do the things he did? I mean, most religious people are just going to say, oh, well, he was God. That's all. But for people who don't accept faith without reason, it doesn't make any sense. If you believe, that's great. But why? Why? If you cannot explain why, then you don't understand it. And for a lot of people, faith is just this crutch that people use to, counteract their ignorance. But I'm going to about to show you. Oops, and drop the duck and the bee. It's time for more coffee. I have returned. Did you miss me? No, I forgot I edited. I edited the videos, so there was no time lapsed. Now here's the rub. Now here's what I'm talking about. If you've ever wondered about Jesus, here it is. It's time for a new pen. Yeah. It's okay, we got abundance. Imagine 2 jars. Yeah, nice and dark. Jar. One jar is clay, and it's broken up, and there's dirt and rocks and mud inside. And the other jar is a pure, golden, pristine jar. No blemishes, no flaws, nothing. Now, which jar would you rather drink out of? Answer me this. You see, here's the thing. Most of us are like this jar with the clay, but someone like Jesus is the golden jar, that of which the water of God pours in and remains unchanged. Whereas for most people, the water of God pours through us, and it's corrupted by all the dirt and stuff like that. What gives a jar its use? It's the space. It's the emptiness. So in order for one to be a perfect vessel for God, they must be empty. In the Christ path, the whole game, it's a denial of self. So the mind is what creates a separate self, and the Christ path denies the self pure love for all beings. Love your neighbors. Love your enemies. Because the more you get rid of self, the more it dissolves. And if there is no self, there is only God. So I like to say, the more of you, the less there is of God. Like this clay. The clay, the dirt, the mud, it's all conditioning. It's all the beliefs, all the stories, all the thoughts, all the mind stuff. And, well, Christ said it very clearly. Unless you come to me as little children, you will not enter the kingdom of heaven. Because you have to be pure and unconditioned in order to know God, in order to be one with God. So the more of you there is, the less there is of God. But the less of you there is, the more there is of God. The same Christ in Jesus is the same Christ in you and me and all beings in the universe. And of course, if Jesus was alive today in a different body, 8 out of 10 people would crucify him again. Because back then, he had to speak in parables so that people could digest what he was saying. Now what I'm saying is I'm just giving it to you straight up. No parables. Because, well, people are a little less ignorant today. Just a little bit. So they could handle the truth. People back then couldn't handle it. The point is, imagine what people would say to the idea that your true nature is God. And that the only thing that separates you from Jesus is your conditioning, is your mind stuff, is your sense of self. And that by dissolving your sense of self, you become one with God, and you are able to master the universe. That the laws of existence don't apply to you, my friend. Just go read Autobiography of a Yogi. You'll understand this. The Eastern minds knew all of this a long time ago.